Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there. Ferro barrier there. Ooh, sticky. Ferro barrier there. Not my idea of fun, amigos. Ferro barrier here. Got a ferro barrier there.
Here, a ferro barrier. Ferro barrier there. It cannot mask a beating heart. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier here, and it's sticky. Ferro barrier here, and it's sticky. Ferro barrier here, and it's all sticky. Ew. Ferrero barrio, here, the barrier thing. Fire barrier, barrier here. Hey, Ferrero Jacques, barriers over here. Hey, Ferrero barometric here. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier, the barrier with the Ferro. Oh man, the barrier's here. Ferro barrel full of feral cats is here. Oh, Ferro barrier there. Ooh, Ferro barrier there. Oh, Ferro barrier there. Ferro barrier thingy here. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier right there. Ferro barrier right there.
Got a ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there. Nothing can hide you from me. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
We got a ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier over there. We could all use a little darkness. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
This ferro barrier's hurting my line of sight. This ferro barrier's hurting my line of sight. But it's hurting everyone's, so I can respect it. Got a ferro barrier over there. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Over here. It's a ferro barrier. It really sparks the imagination. Ferro barrier over there. This is impressive tech. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier right here. Ferro barrier there. Don't go through unless you love low vis. Got a ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier in the distance.
Got a ferro barrier here. That's some serious cover. Ferro barrier there. Nice. But I prefer smoke. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier here. A gift to see the elements of our world combined. Ferro barrier over there. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
I'm near a ferro barrier. There, a ferro barrier. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier here. A rock like me can roll right through. Looks like we got a ferro barrier there. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier here. In case you missed it. There's a ferro barrier there. Ferro barrier there. It's nice. Now if I could just find the balance between the elasticity and... Never mind. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier here. Bit murky, isn't it? Got ourselves a ferro barrier over there. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Hey friends, ferro barrier here. I spy a ferro barrier over there. Here, ferro barrier. Ferro barrier there.
Oi, ferro barrier here. Hey mates, ferro barrier OT. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier here. You'll stay in this dimension if you walk through it, I think. Ferro barrier right there. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Noted a ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier here. It may have more interesting uses. A ferro barrier. Distant. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier here. Perhaps we should grab a wee sample, eh, Newty? Ferro barrier there. Ferro barrier there. Intriguing tech, that. Ferro barrier here. Uh-oh. Ferro barrier there.
Got a ferro barrier here. We got a ferro barrier there. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
There's a ferro barrier here. I see a ferro barrier there. Ferro barrier right here. Ferro barrier out there.
Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier here. Ugh, it better not stain. Ferro barrier there. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.
Ferro barrier here. Don't be fooled. It ain't solid. Over there, ferro barrier. Ferro barrier here. Ferro barrier there.